Good morning, Mr. Anderson here. We are going to start with grade 6, mod 6 lessons 6, 7, and 8. Another review of some of the statistics stuff that you should have and most likely did do last year. So, a game is played where 10 tennis balls are tossed into a basket from a certain distance. The numbers of successful tosses for 6 students were 4, 1, 3, 2, 1, and 7. Represent the original data set using a dot plot. And then to figure out if the mean, median, or mode is a better representative of center, you will have to calculate each of those. So please pause the video, make the dot plots, calculate the mean, median, and mode, and figure which is the best representation of center. All right. So when you made the dot plot, you numbered from 0 to 10. Maybe you went from 1 to 7. That would have been fine too. So 1 had 1, 2. We had a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 7. So there's the dot plot. We found the mean. The mean is the average, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is what we're going to divide by. 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, and 4 is 18. Dividido por 6 is 3. The mean was 3. The median is the middle number. So we've got half the data larger and half the data smaller than the number in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, halfway between 2 and 3, the median, 2 and 5/10. The mode is the number that occurs the most often. 1 is the mode. So the mode would be a terrible representation of center. The mean is the balance point, but we have more around the median or the mode. So I would say the median, the best representation of center, because the 7 pulls the mean a little bit higher than what would be a good representation of center. My opinion on that, as long as you explain yourself well, I could give you credit for more than one answer. Slide 2. The number of pockets in the clothes worn by students to school today is 4134. Yes, I made the data up because we got no kids and I can't count pockets on kids that aren't here. So, create a dot plot. Find the total distance on each side of the mean to show that the mean found is correct. Let's do this with you. Dot plot, 4, 1, 3, 4. I know, I like to make X's on my dot plots and not dots. Just the way I am. Always a rebel. So, I got to find the distance on each side of the mean to show that the mean found is correct. Well, let's find the mean. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 divided by 4 bits of data, I've got a mean of 3. So the distance from 3 is 2. The distance from 3 is 1 and 1 more. 2. The distance from 3 on this side is a total of 2. The distance on this side is a total of 2. So the distances both have a total of 2. Take a moment, find the median, and determine if the mean, median, or mode is the better, maybe we should say best because we're comparing 3 things, is the best representation of center. So we already found, you paused the video, and now you're back. Welcome back. So mean was 3, median, we got 2 numbers above 3.5 and 2 numbers below 3.5, and the mode is 4. Best representation of center, Again, going to be a debate between these two. 3 takes into the account the 1 more. 3.5 pretty much discards the 1. So I would say, in this case, 3 looks like the better or the best representation of center. Again, got an argument? Let's hear it. To help clarify what to choose for your better representations of center, we look to 3. Slide 3. We can compare distributions based on their means, but variability must also be considered. The mean with small variability is considered to be a better indication of a typical value. Okay, so mean with small variability is going to be the better indicator of a typical value than the mean with a wide spread or greater variability. So the median we use when the data is spread out. The median is a better representation of center. But when your data is tightly packed, the mean is the better representative of center. So again, what is spread out? What is tightly packed? Sometimes you got data that's not really clear, but this is what you're looking for. For example, slide 4. We make a dot plot of the number of pockets in the clothes worn by 7 students to school yesterday. 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 2, 5. Today, those 7 students each had 3 pockets in their clothes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So clearly we have data that is more spread out and we have data that is more compact. We're supposed to compare and contrast the means, medians, and modes for each of the data set. I'll do the mean, median, and mode for this data set. You take a moment and find the mean, median, and mode for yesterday's set. Did you find it? We totaled these up. We got 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 and 6. So we've got 18 divided by 3. We've got these means, medians, and modes. I'm sorry. These were all 3. The mean here, also 3. I was counting data sets instead of means, medians, modes. I hope you got that. I didn't do that trying to catch you. Okay, median is the number in the middle. I have 3 values bigger than 3 and 3 smaller. The mode 2 and 4. So the means are the same, the medians are the same. 2 modes in yesterday's, in 1 mode with today's. So because the means and the medians are both the same, the better representative of center is moot. It doesn't matter because they're the same number. Flipping to the last set of slide, to the last slide, slide number 5. Certain number of minutes, rounded to the nearest minute, took to run a route by 5 runners. The resulting data, 9, 10, 11, 14, and 16. The number of minutes it took 5 minutes to run a different route was also recorded. So we're supposed to create dot plots for each, 9, 10, 11, 14, and 16, 6, 8, 12, 15, and 19. Can you see which data is more spread out and which data has less variability? So we got to consider that. So compare and contrast the means, medians, and modes for each. Take a moment, please, and calculate the mean, median, and mode for each. I'll be here when you have those. 20, 30, and 30, that's 60 divided by 5. We've got a mean, of 12, 25, and 30 is 55, that's 60. We've got a mean of 12. 1, 2 higher, 1, 2 lower. The median is 12, and the median is 11. Modes, all 5 are modes for each, or perhaps you would say that neither has a mode because nothing is more than 1. I will accept either answer. Some teachers will have different ideas about what is the mode. I'll accept there is no mode, or that 9, 10, 11, 14, and 16 are all modes because they're all the highest and they're all the lowest. So now, which would give you the best representation of center? So in this data that is less variable, the best representation of center is the mean. Larger representation, a larger variability here, so the best representation is the median. We'll talk more about this later. See me in office hours from 1:45 to 2:15 if you have any questions on this or your homework. Thanks for stopping by.